Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ, and I want to show you a quick little flick through of my newest digital kit that's available on Etsy. It's called Crazy Camouflage and it comes in 3 different colorways, and it's just, I think, a lot of fun. Very abstract, very background material, light enough to write on for most of the pages. But also fun to use in making any sort of ephemera or as journal pages, whatever you like, even as backgrounds for greeting cards, things like that. So this first one is the cool colors. Sorry, I was lost for the words there. So the cool colors, and there's 6 designs in each colorway. So I'm just going to quickly flick through them. And all different sizes, different amounts of distortion that I've added to them, and each one is a different collage of jelly prints that form the base of it. And they're just, I think, super fun. I have gone ahead and cut off the white edges from my printing, and I know they're not straight because I was actually using the vibration board at the same time as I was cutting, so it's going to be interesting using them because they're not going to be straight at all. So that's the 6 designs, and then the 7th design in each colorway is made up of all of these designs layered together. So we've got different depth and a richer color. So it's darker because of that layering, it's darker, so it's probably not so, or not as good for writing on, but beautiful for any piece of ephemera, and just got, yeah, just the added depth and detail that it's got in it, I find really pretty. So that's the cool colors. Then we have the same designs repeating in the warm colors. So we've got pinks, purples, oranges, and then little flecks here and there of, you know, little bits of other colors here and there. If I can pick up the pages to turn them. So I hope you like these pages and will find them useful. I am just in love with the abstract nature of them. I do like abstracts. And these were a lot of fun to create. I love jelly printing, so doing the jelly prints to begin with. And I think I used around 10 different gel prints that I'd done to form the collages. And each one was a different arrangement, different segments of those jelly prints. So this one, once it's all laid up, the sort of the green colour has come out a bit stronger in this one. But just, yeah, I just love that depth that these 7th pages have. And then this one is the earth tones. So we've got browns, yellows and greens primarily, and a few greys coming in there as well. I just think they will suit so many different projects, and hopefully will be a very useful set of pages. There's 21 in the whole set, so there's plenty to play with. This should be number 6, I think, and then this is number 7. Okay, and to complement that, I have a set of freebies that is available in my Facebook group on Visual Vibes. So if you head along to Visual Vibes, there's an album called Freebies, and there's 3 pages of this kit in there, which are a different colorway again. These ones have got yellow and oranges and pinks and purples, kind of warm colors, but with more yellow in them. I don't know, just slightly different. So 3 free pages. You're welcome to come along and grab those, and there are other freebies in the album as well that you're welcome to come along and print out and use. So there's that one. This one's got a bit more of the pinky purple colors in it, and then this one. Okay, so those last 3 are the freebies in Visual Vibes. So if you just want to have a play and see, you know, experiment and see how useful they are, really good option for you to give them a go if you're not sure about whether you would use a full kit like this. But the kit is quite big, 21 pages, lots of material to work with. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just whip this fabric that I've got in the background out of the picture. Hopefully it didn't upset the camera too much with all that shifting around. Oops, TV remote doesn't need to be on my craft desk. And I thought, let's make some stuff. Okay, so now that you've had a look at the kit, why not make some things with it? So I'm just going to take this first one on top, which is the number 7. And I thought I'd make a paper bag. So like I did for Roxy's weekly challenge, that she was making paper bags, I thought, first up, why not make a paper bag? I suppose I should fold it into thirds first, really, or not exactly thirds, but so yes, I do not expect these to match up at all because of the wonkiness of my cutting, and that's okay. It'll all come out fine in the end. Let's get my little tool here. Okay. So I haven't made any more since I did the video on them, so it was like, oh, that's right, I need to do those folds first. So get things in the right order helps, doesn't it? And I'm going to keep these offcuts. They're going to be fun little bits, even if it's just for collage or little clusters or something. We'll use them for something. They might even just go in my collage phone book, added to a masterboard. Okay. Oops, that one needs a little bit more of it. Didn't quite get it on an angle, and that's where because my cuts aren't straight. There we go. Let's try that. That's better. That folds up nicely. And now top fold. So if you remember, we need to fold down the top by a good amount. That's our first fold. And then we need to fold it down again so that the top goes slightly past that first fold. So it's a shallower fold, but it goes past that first one so that we don't have any of that white showing on our finished bag. Okay, so I'm just going to take a tiniest little sliver either side of that crease line, just tiny sliver. Like so, and then this one, grab the glue stick, glues all the way down. And that's the front of the bag. And then the two side ones fold just to that second fold that we made, so it sticks up a bit. Oops, a bit clumpy glue there. That side and this side. Glue stick's quite warm. It's the fire's going, and it's actually a really lovely day outside, so I think some of that warmth from outside is starting to seep inside, so it's quite warm. I'm in just a top at the moment. Right, and I see like they're as crooked as a dog's hind leg, but when I do the trimming, they'll be all good. It won't show once I've done the chomping with the decorative scissors. So just bead of glue down each side, the edge of each flap, and this one. Got a bit of glue there, and then the bottom to close up our little paper bag. Yes, it's definitely warm because the glue's starting to volcano out of my tiny wee tip here, which it doesn't normally do. So it must be warm. Wipe that off on my page over there. There we go. So there's our cute little paper bag that you can decorate up however you wish. Now I'm tempted to go ahead and cut the top. Ooh, it's a bit risky because that glue's not that dry, I wouldn't think, but I want to do it. Let's risk it. So I'm going to take just the barest amount off this top because this is the shorter of the two. And it's harder through all the layers. There we go, and now you can barely tell, well, you can't tell at all, that they didn't meet up. They weren't level at the top. And not forgetting our little corner snip to give it that paper bag shape. Just like that. And then you can ink it up if you like. I will ink up later on off camera because couple of little chinks from this cutting scissors. So super cute, and you can decorate it up however you like, or you could just leave it as is, because I think that's actually a pretty bag just like that. Super cute. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to decorate because I want to move on and grab another page. So maybe a different colour this time. Let's go for one of the warm colours. This one. And let's do a pocket and maybe a tag to go inside the pocket. So I'm going to cut this. Now I'm not sure where I need to cut it. Don't want the tag too wide, so I'll go there. They may not fit together because I'm not sure on the dimensions. And that's okay, they don't have to go together. Oh gosh, feels like there's something sticky on my blade. It's not cutting very well. I have to get my husband to break it off, I think, because he's having a nap at the moment. I'm recording this ahead, it's the weekend, because I've got a couple of things coming up this week that mean I won't be able to record a couple of days, so I'm trying to get ahead and do the recording now. So I'm going to do the same thing as we did with the paper bag, but just turn it into a standard pocket, I guess. And I'm hoping, can I get it? Oh yeah. I will fold down the top a bit, or maybe even trim some off because I don't want it too tall and narrow. Yeah, so my birthday is on Tuesday, so I've got my mum and stepdad coming to spend some time with me. Hubby will be at work, which is my first birthday in a while that he's actually worked. He quite often takes it off, but he's saving up his holidays for next year. So yeah, so they'll be coming to see me, which will be lovely. And then the day after that, a friend is taking me out to an art gallery in a town that's about half an hour away, where I've got some of my artworks hanging for sale, and I sold one earlier this year from that gallery, and she's got art there as well, so she's going to do a switch out, change what art she's got up there I'm not sure if I will be switching out any art, because I'm not sure that I've got any ready to switch out, if I'm perfectly honest. And I don't think I've got time to get any ready. So we're going to go out and have coffee out and, you know, just have a nice catch up. Right, now how tall do I want this? I mean, I could make it the full size, couldn't I? I can see white down the side there where I haven't cut very straight. Okay, I am going to make it the full height. I just want to take a little bit off the top, fold it down, and that's to strengthen the top of the pocket, like so. And is that going to be, yep, that's fairly straight. Okay, so first off, let's glue this top down. Oh, my nose is starting to run, driving me nuts. Excuse me one moment. Right. Okay, tacky glue, same process as with our last one. Just down each edge and on our bottom flap. Like so. And then all that remains to do on the top of that is not 100% necessary, but I like to do it, is add a little thumb notch. And I just want to take a shallow one because I haven't given much room at the top there with that fold down. I'm just kind of trying to gauge center. That'll do. So just a very shallow curve there because I didn't want to go below into the white. And then I will just ink that up just so you can see. Yeah, and I'll do the rest off camera. And then this one, it's only photocopy paper that I printed on, so it needs to be backed. And it will be a nice tall tag in a tall pocket on a page. Just going to grab a page out. So a page like this. So it's pretty much the same height. So you could trim down the tag a little bit if you didn't want it quite so tall. And I'll probably do that. But you could also then make this a pocket in behind or even a belly band. Nice. Oops. My glue stick was going on a little roll around. You know, you could even use it as a belly band like that, which I really like the idea of. Okay. So I'm not going to back this now. I am going to, let's see if I can trim off that white a little bit because it's really bugging me. Yes, probably not the brightest idea I've had is to try cutting things out while I'm busy vibrating. But it was just, you know, multitasking. It's what women do, isn't it? Multitask. Try and make the most of your time. Right, I'm just going to take 1 centimetre off the top of that. Use this dodgy blade, which is, I think, definitely overdue for a trim. Blade. I don't like breaking them off myself though, because it freaks me out that I'm going to get hit in the eye by the bit that's breaking off or something silly like that. And even though I haven't backed it, I'm going to go ahead and do the tag shape just because I think that's pleasing to look at and easy enough to do once I've backed it, just to redo that. And there we go, a tall pocket with tag. That's either another pocket in behind or belly band. So there we go, and I think that's super cute. But again, you can dress it up however you like. Just as an idea, I don't know if I've got anything that would suit actually in here. You know, a flower. This is the same flower actually, but just with the foliage still around it. That one's got a bird on a rose and flowers. You know, just something simple. That one doesn't really match. But just to give you an idea, that one's pretty. Or a bird, or whatever you like. Or you could leave it plain. You could add lace. Lace would be pretty, particularly on this colourway. Right, so no, I'm not decorating. Move on. Okay, what's next? So we've done two different types of, well, a paper bag and a pocket. I was going to say two types of pockets, but it's not. One's a paper bag, one's a pocket. Let's grab one of these freebies. Yes, this is one of the freebies that I haven't used yet. What else might I like to do? Quite honestly, these are really, really good as journal pages. So I'm just going to fold this one in half. Like so. And it's just beautifully pale enough that you can write on that. I would probably still use a darker pen, like a black pen, to write on it. And my printer did have a few issues printing, so there's a few lines on there that you shouldn't get on yours if your printer is behaving. I think I just need to clean the heads on mine. So just as a journal page, it's really cool. But, you know, I need to do something a bit more exciting than that, don't I, for you guys? I'm going to leave this one as is. And I'm going to grab another one. And what colour are we going to go with this time? Let's go with, I mean, it doesn't, actually that wasn't one of the freebies, that was one of the earth tones ones. So let's grab freebie, two of the freebies. So this one I'm going to fold into a journal page because it's the paler, less busy one of the three freebies. So first up, we're going to turn this into just a journal page, like we did with the other one. And then we're going to take another of the freebies and I'm going to roughly cut it in half, I think, roundabout. Not too worried about the depth. Just going to approximate. It's not quite half, I can tell that, but oops, off the mat. Oh, see, that's not even cut all the way through. Okay, and with the scissors carefully. Oh, it's quite frustrating when your tools aren't behaving, isn't it? Carefully snip that along that line. Got off a few times off the line. The beauty with these pages too is there's no right way or wrong way. You can have it whichever way you like. And so if you're making something where a direction matters, with this paper it doesn't matter. You can do it whichever way you like and it's going to look good. So I thought you could easily just take this and turn it into a pocket on the inside of the page. And that's not straight. Are we surprised? Not really. Oh gosh, it's so wonky. In fact, I don't even know which side is supposed to line up against. Let's try this one. Yeah, that one. I could tell it wasn't wanting to fold completely in half properly the first way I had it round, which meant that I was trying to fold against the grain. So I'm just going to give this another trim down because it's ridiculously wonky. I don't want to go too shallow with it. So pressing a bit harder, so hopefully I get all the way through this time. Okay, yep. And just want to fold down the top a little bit because I do like to reinforce the top of the pockets where it's just photocopy paper or any sort of lighter paper, so we don't end up with breakages on our pockets. So let's add a little glue onto that. Oh gosh, use your words. I'm just busy here sitting thinking my own little world. It's not like I'm on camera or anything. Oh wait, I am. Oops. And hubby should be up from his nap soon. Actually, I just caught a glimpse of the time and it's getting on towards 5 p.m. So he won't be far off getting up, I imagine. Right, now do I want to trim? I'm not going to. Taking a little chink out of the center can just help it sit nicely and not bind up. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run a bit of glue down each side of that center. And hopefully that's going to help it sit nicely. I'm hoping. Oops. Oh, line it up. Get it in the right in the crease there. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue the rest. Sorry, try and stay on camera would be good. Oops, that is not straight gluing. And then if there's any overhang that I don't like, I can just trim it off. No biggie. Oh, my stomach's gurgling. Must be my cup of tea going down. Right, now I just want that to dry a bit before I refold it. Okay, so there we have two lovely big, about just a third or slightly more of a third of the page as a pocket. Inbuilt pocket, if you like. So I'm just going to now fold that. And I've got a little bit of white showing along the edges. I can trim that off. So journal page ready to go with a coordinating inside pocket. Okay, how are we doing on time? Whoops. Oh, we've got heaps of time. Well, heaps of time on the video. I don't know if we've got heaps of time with my hubby coming due to rise. So I've got this offcut left. Okay, what I might do is make a simple little flip down journaling spot. Oh yeah, gosh, that's wonky. Wonkiness. Alright, so I'm going to fold it down first, and then I'm going to trim off the wonkiness. And then all will be right in the world again with this bit of ephemera anyway. So this is like a sampler of different ephemeras that you can make with whatever papers. I mean, it doesn't need to be digitals, it doesn't need to be these digitals. It could be whatever papers you like, coffee dyed paper, coloured paper, book page, whatever. Okay, so I think I want to round the corners on this. Oh, it's not cutting particularly well. It doesn't really like the lightweight photocopy paper. And I could grab a bit of paper out and put it behind so it's cutting through two thicknesses. But no, that would be too easy, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to muck around and cut the bits off that it didn't cut off properly. Because, you know, why do things the easy way if you can do it the hard way? Really, that should be a motto somewhere in the crafting world. Okay. Pop that out the way. Let's give it a little bit of ink just to give that definition. So you can see how it's going to look. And that's going to take care of a few white spots that I can see I've left behind as well. I'm not going to do the back at this point. I'll just do the areas that will show you sort of, you know, a more finished look. Okay. And there we go. So adding a little closure down here if you want to. And then it just flips up for some writing space. So you can either tuck that into a pocket or a belly band or something, or a tuck spot, or you can glue it down to the page as a pocket. So you could have a pocket here or a pocket at the top, probably the top, otherwise you might just slide it into the actual piece, or a belly band. So here's our tag here, so you could have it as a belly band, or even a sideways belly band. You could have it going that way as well. So lots of options with that. Or with our pocketed page here, it could just tuck inside a pocket, which looks cute too. And of course decorate it up. So remember, I'm not focusing on decorating today. No, puss, not right now, darling. No, you're going to make everything fall down. You just have to wait, baby. Cat distractions. Okay, now something we haven't done yet today is an envelope. So let's make an envelope. Let's use this one. This one's quite busy, this particular design. It's a smaller design, and all the lovely texture of it is cool. So it's still able to be written on. Absolutely would still be fine for writing on it. You could still read. But because it's busier, I thought I'd use this one for an envelope. Am I going to freeform an envelope or use my punch board? I think I want to use my punch board, but I need to cut my piece of paper to size. So what have we got? We have just over 20 centimeters by 29 centimeters. So I just want to first choose which size I want. 12.7 by 12.7. So let's go. I'm not too worried about getting the sizing correct. I'm just going to go 13. Whoops, 13. Line it up to the right lines. Right, I'm going to move it over so it's easier to get to, because I'm in danger of hitting the camera where I was cutting over there. By 13. So it's going to be a small envelope, this one, because I like cute things. Crunch. Okay, and we're going to do 8.6 for the scoring. So this is the hard part, is seeing in the centimeters. It's quite hard to see. So I'm going there. So punch and score, then line it up on the punch line, which again can be hard to see. Punch and score. And I find you have to be quite careful on the scoring with photocopy paper. And that didn't cut very well. Or you can actually break the paper with the scoring. That's the first time I've had issues with that punch. Maybe it doesn't like the photocopy paper as well. Give it a more definite punch. Punch and score. Turn it round, line it up. I'm having to angle it towards the light so I can see that I'm lining it up properly. Punch and score. Okay, and then turn it around and punch on the back, on all the flaps, to give them a rounded edge. 3 and 4. I think that's really clever how the one punch does both sides. I mean, you can make envelopes without an envelope punch board, but it does do a really good job and makes it quite easy when it punches nicely. But as I said, I think that's more the paper than the punch. And that's interesting. We're going to have to do some trimming. I haven't made one this size before, so obviously those flaps are way too big for the width of the envelope, which is fine. So this one, actually I wonder if I can do fold down. I'd like to get it straight, and that wasn't. Surprise, surprise. So if we fold that one down, oh, I like that. Would it actually tuck in? No, it won't. It's slightly too low on this to hook over these flaps. But I think that's really cute. And then this one needs to be trimmed down, and I think we just need to trim that off. Do we? Yes, we do. Do we want to cut it with scissors? Let's try and get that straight, and I think scissors are a bit dodgy with me today. But doubtful that I would end up with anything remotely straight. So this, isn't that a cute little snippet of yumminess? Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. This bugs me a little bit, and so what I'm going to do, because it's not rounded, it's because I had to snip it off, it's not rounded anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unfold everything and then fold those two straight bits together, line them up as best I can, and then I'm just going to go in with my scissors and give it a rounded finish. How do I like that in there? Oh, actually like that, but there's white showing, so maybe that way. Yeah, I like it that way. So now we haven't got that sharp sort of corners there, and you may not see that very well with the pattern, so let's give it some ink so you can see. Oh, it's super cute. I'm in love with the size and the shape. I think it's adorable. So there, that shows you a bit better how it's more rounded at the bottom there. So first things first, I could trim that off, but I'm actually just going to glue it down. That's just going to add strength to the envelope. Not that it's particularly needed in that point, but it's like I'm going to leave it there anyway. You could trim it off if you preferred. And I need to glue from there. And similar spot on the other side. Oops. There's a little chink there that hasn't come off. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. What a sweet little envelope. And that would be really, really cool tucked in a little tuck spot. You could fold up some paper and put it in there, like even this little snippet that we took off. You could fold that into 3 and pop it in there as a little fold out writing space, or a bit of coffee dyed paper, or some little bits of ephemera like tickets or something could be popped in there and then put away in a pocket. I think that's super cute. It's kind of like a coin envelope in size, but it's an envelope. Well, I guess a coin envelope is an envelope, but you know, instead of being open at the tall end, it's open at the side. I guess that's what I mean. And that it's like a coin envelope, but it's not. It's just a different envelope. I think that's so sweet. Super cute. Like I said, I didn't know what size I was making. I was just kind of like, oh, well, we'll go with that size. Oh, super cute. I'm in love. Awesome. Okay, so we have this fun bit as well. What would we like to do with that? Okay, I'm just going to fold it in half, and it's about 16 centimeters tall. And again, it is not straight. It's not off by much, but it's not straight. So let's take that down so it is exactly 16 centimeters. Get rid of that bit that's not straight. Come on, are you not cutting at all? Here we go, got there finally. And that bit's not straight, but that bit I'm just going to snip with scissors. And I'm being really pedantic, I mean it's just a tiny little sliver showing. And this I think would work really well just as a fold out journal card. So it's too wide for that pocket, although it could be trimmed down. But for an example, in this pocketed page, you know, that's actually a really good size for that pocket. I think that's, I wouldn't put these two together because that's too much. But just as an example of, you know, if you do this style of page pocket, then that's a really good size with plenty of journaling space. Again, decorate it up, and if you don't like the white, you could print onto coloured paper, or you could stencil it or rub ink around it. You know, lots of different options there. So that's just a simple, very simple fold out journal card base. So these ideas that, you know, a lot of them are just very basic, but just to show you what they're like using this paper. Now we have this fun little bit, which could actually make a pocket, just as is. Grab our page back, so, you know, it's a good size for a pocket. Just easy peasy. Now I don't think I'd want to fold down the top of that, because I would lose, you know, the pocket would end up too shallow. So what I do in those cases is I grab a scrap. I'm just looking for a scrap. Hold on a sec. I'm looking for a particular scrap, so just bear with me for a moment. No, I can't find the scraps I'm looking for. So I'll just grab this one. This is actually just a scrap of sheet music. And there's a bit of white on that from when I was vibrating and cutting at the same time. Right. So what I do is I just take a scrap of any sort of paper. My offcuts of white paper are often what I use for this, which is what I was looking for, but I just couldn't find the bag in a hurry. Just going to come in slightly from the edges so it doesn't stick out the edges. Put that scrap back in the bag. And I glue a strip of paper on the back. And that gives the strength to the pocket without sacrificing any of the depth of the pocket. Oops, I'll put the cleaner edge at the top. Like so. And then when that's dry, go in with a little, the hole punch and put a thumb notch in there. And then we've just got a simple pocket that looks really cool on a page. Decorate it up. Awesome. Easy peasy. Okay, I think I better call it a day there, guys. I hope this has been a really useful video for you, just giving a rundown on options with whether it be these digitals or any digitals or whatever papers you've got. You think, oh, I don't know what to do with it. It's, you know, you just don't know what to do with it. So let's revise. We've got this cute paper bag, which I just adore these paper bags. I love every single one I've made. I love. So we've got paper bag. We've got this, just a plain journal page, just one of these papers folded in half. Super simple, like how easy does that get? And we have this folded one with the pockets on the inside, using two of the same colorway digitals. And from the offcut of the pockets, we made this little flip open journaling spot that's either a pocket or a belly band as well. We made this large pocket with a large tall tag in it. This really simple fold out journal card. This sweet as little envelope, which I'm just in love with. So cute. And like, even if you put it on the page as a tuck, so you could have something in there, and then you could have you know, something tucked in there, or you could have it as a little mini belly band and tuck in something behind it like that. Oh, ideas, they're endless. Isn't there just an endless array of ideas of what you can do? Is that, and then lastly is just our silly, why did I say silly? I did not mean silly. Our simple little pocket, which hopefully is dry enough now. I'm going to go ahead, turn the wrong thing over, and punch the thumb notch now. That looks to be roughly middle. Didn't quite, probably wasn't quite dry. Little pocket, easy peasy, lots of ideas. Even tuck that in the pocket. So there we go. In a very short time we had heaps and heaps of bits ready to go into journals. I'm just loving that. So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.